Okay, so going more into detail about re-drilling the lug stud pattern on a wheel. Common tools you'll probably need most likely is a digital caliper or a mechanical caliper with a dial gauge on it. And you take that, and after doing some mathematical calculations, finding the diameter of the existing lug holes to where the hole needs to be, you find a multiple mathematical calculation, you eventually come up with the radius trigonometry that puts the hypotenuse line from the existing hole over to the where it needs to be, along with the interface ring depth to where the height needs to be, and you get two scribe lines, one from this hole going that way, another one from that one, and those two intersecting lines by themselves make a crossover point that is theorized to be exactly where the hole needs to be, right there. Though you measure from the pilot hole bore, you get another scribe line that puts a triangle quite neatly exactly where the 3 points are, and that's where you put your pin punch. All 8 of them. And after doing that, you take a drill bit squaring jig that you can make by putting 2 tight-fitting washers over a lug stud, and then clamping a piece of L channel to the face of a wheel hub, welding those washers onto it, using the wheel stud as a guide to make a boring jig. Then you take a clamp and just clamp that onto the bore face. And you'll line up where the stud hole needs to be drilled. You only need one eye to do this part. And then you tighten the clamp. And then once it's all pin punched, you got it lined up. Square over the scribe with the pin punch in it. Take your old Craftsman Sears drill. It has a drill bit in it that matches the same size as the washers that you use to make the squaring jig. And you just drill them all out, keeping the squaring jig in the same orientation as it goes around. So if it's cockeyed a little bit, at least it's still square. And so once the jig is firmly clamped on, you can tap it with a hammer to get it fully situated while it's under tension. And then you take the drill that has a bit in it that matches the washers. And you can just drill a little bit, see if it's exactly where the hole is that you punched. And it most certainly is. So then you can, with that jig, it holds the drill pretty square, so it doesn't matter whether you do it two-handed or one-handed. likes to bind up on the drill bits pretty bad. Almost all the way through now. Yeah. Now that one is blown through. Take the clamp jig off, clean off the surface, move it to the next spot, and then you get these lug centric drill holes. That's just the pilot hole. Then you take the drill bit that's the size of your lug studs, plus or minus a little bit, put that in the drill, and don't necessarily need an alignment jig for the finishing hole because there's the pilot hole for it. Drill it halfway on one side, flip it over, drill it halfway on the other side, and pass through it. A couple little wobblies to clean out the burrs, and then you end up with a lug-centric pattern. And this one particularly is 5/8 8 by 165 to 9/16 by 170. Oh no, I custom weird something out and didn't come pre-drilled. You know what that means? It's no holes in it. And we're gonna have to throw the notes in the ground, just like the other batteries. Then you gotta use 2 hands to drill up the final lug diameter. and that is pretty well done. And then once you got all the bolt holes drilled out, halfway through the face side and halfway through the back side, helps keep it as square as it can get. Just brush all the shavings off. Pick the tire up, roll it over to wherever it needs to go on, and then you tell the other guy to pick the leg up on the other side of one side. You can only dream of lifting that one leg. And that's what she said. That was so good. Oh.